eventually turn east and then maybe go more spot. That means we're getting into the basement. We're putting as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you don't have that basement, that means finding the center interior room, like a bathroom or a closet. And remember, like I always say, sometimes the bathroom is on an outside wall. That closet that's on an inside wall is a safer bet than that bathroom. So we do have a tornado warning out now for Carter County. It will clip the far northeastern parts of Butler County and then move into Wayne County. This tornado warned storm will stay south of Piedmont. It will stay north of Poplar Bluff. So the one storm that is producing the possible tornado right now is headed towards Williamsville, and if it continues on its current track, it'll head over towards Highway 67 south of Greenville. But all of our high-resolution models we look at and the atmospheric conditions suggest that this storm will eventually turn east and then maybe go more east-southeast. So for you folks in Puxico, Zalma, it's a long way away, but it could be headed your way. So we're going to be monitoring this for you very, very closely. Again, a tornado warning, possible tornado moving into Elsinore as we speak. We'll take a look at the shear on this as it's going across the town of Elsinore, and we're seeing that, very strong winds that are going inward. Not quite as strong going outward, but you got to remember the storm is also moving this way, and it just got tighter. That tight rotation is right over Highway 60, about a half-mile west of where that road intersects. I'm going to zoom in so we can kind of get an idea of where that exact rotation is as it is moving into Elsinore as we speak. And we've got a tornado warning for Carter County. This also includes Wayne County and extreme northwestern Butler County. So the circulation on radar is right near Missouri A and Highway 60 in Elsinore, just moving into the West Broadway area of Elsinore as well. For you folks along Missouri Highway DD, Harmony Church Road, these areas we need to be seeking shelter. This rotation is moving towards you as we speak. We can take a look at the circulation again, and very strong indications of a tight circulation, very strong winds going towards the radar, strong winds going away from the radar. We've got this moving right across Elsinore as we speak. So if you're just tuning in and wondering what's happening, you're hearing some thunder, let's get you caught up to date. We're going to zoom on out because we have a tornado warning out for Carter County, also parts of Wayne County and northwestern Butler County, extreme northwestern Butler County. I know you see Poplar Bluff. A lot of folks watch us in Poplar Bluff. I get a lot of Facebook comments from Poplar Bluff wondering about if this is going to hit them. This particular storm will not hit Poplar Bluff. But like I said, there is a chance it turns and goes more southeast. You notice how this polygon is going southeast? That's because this storm has turned to the right. This storm is about to turn to the right as well. That's moving into Reynolds County. And I do think this is one of the stronger storms on radar right here. And we will probably see a new tornado warning issued shortly for Reynolds County. The storm that is in the Paducah area right now, it is not showing signs of strong rotation. It has shown signs of rotation in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. Again, the winds around Calvert City at the surface are not conducive to get rotation down to the ground, at least not right now, but it is increasing. Laura and I were just monitoring the latest observations, analyzing the atmosphere, and that low-level shear is getting stronger. It's not quite to the threshold that we look to say, hey, this is going to produce a tornado, but it's getting close. So for you folks in Calvert City, southern Livingston County, eventually going into Crittenden County, if this holds together, we may have an issue with this as well as it heads towards the Princeton area. But this is not the strongest storm on radar. Again, our strongest storm on radar doesn't even have the tornado warning, but it is moving into Reynolds County right now. So we're going to zoom in here and take a look at all three. It's kind of, Wibbs and I were talking about this just a second ago, how it's just what we call kind of like a march of supercells. We got 1, 2, 3, and now 4 what we call supercell thunderstorms. And what that is, that's a thunderstorm that has a sustained rotating updraft. And those are the storms that produce very, very large hail, produce very strong gusty winds, and are the ones that produce the tornadoes. So this right here is showing rotation. We'll go ahead and put a look at the winds on this activity. This is coming from the St. Louis site. Boy, that is a real tight rotation right there in northern Shannon County. We'll have to watch that closely. A little bit of a rotation right here. That's with the main core of the storm that is moving in. But boy, did you see that? Look at that little hook. It was a tight rotation. And so we may get a tornado warning issued for that in Shannon County, and we'll have to watch that to see if it moves into Reynolds County. But right now, our biggest threat is the tornado warning that is out in our area, right near the Elsinore area. It is moving across Elsinore right now. Wibbs, if you have any information, feel free to just shout it out. I'm not sure if we have any reports yet, because I know it's going across a town as we speak.
We're good to go. We're just getting some hail reports from that storm, some late reports for that storm near the Paducah area, just some late reports of hail, possibly now about a $50 size hail. But I can show you this latest track. I know Grant was giving you some of the specifications on that storm, but just if you're just tuning in right now, I do want to give you that first alert and let you know, give you plenty of time to get to that safe area, to get to that basement if you have one. So here are some of the communities that could be impacted by this storm. Again, that's just one storm. As Grant mentioned, we've got several more north of this that we'll be watching too. But there you can see Williamsville about 636, Shook 704, and then as it continues to track, and as Grant was mentioning too, as it continues to kind of move a little bit further to the south, as you get further out to the east of this track, it's going to start taking a little more of a southerly track. So you're not anywhere near the warning right now, but I just want to give you that first alert in Bloomfield. Keep a very close eye on this storm. That will be headed towards you. Hopefully we lose some of the rotation before it gets to you, but right now that doesn't look likely, as I think some of this rotation will be sticking with us for the next few hours. So we have had reports of hail. That's going to be a big story too. So even if we aren't necessarily talking about a tornado warning in your area, but you've been under a severe thunderstorm warning, things like that, take it seriously. Think about where you need to move your car now if you are well to the east of these storms too, because we want to keep your property and you safe as well. So really anywhere out in here, I would go ahead and move your vehicle to a safe place, your carport, your garage, or maybe you have a neighbor that you can move it safely in just in case, Grant. Yeah, and again, we're worried about this storm right now in Elsinore because of this rotation that you see here. I'm going to pan this off to the north just a bit, and we're seeing that rotation right now. The center of it is located just south of State Highway A. It's moving out of Elsinore right now. It's about to move into the extreme southwestern part of Wayne County and the extreme northwestern part of Butler County. I'll zoom out just a bit because folks watching in Poplar Bluff, I want you to see it is close to you, but it is likely going to stay to your north. Again, let me pan it up just a little bit farther. There we go. So you can see Elsinore right here. Here's the circulation. Poplar Bluff, here you are, 67 and 60 where it all combines right there. And right now, this rotation is moving off to the east-northeast. But like Laura and I have been saying, we expect it to turn to the east and then slightly east-southeast as we head through time. That's just the way the atmosphere is set up tonight for these storms to move as we head through time. So Poplar Bluff, we're going to continue to monitor things for you, but this rotation should stay just to your north, and it is now moving out of the Elsinore area as we speak. But we still have that tornado warning for eastern Carter County, southwestern Wayne County, and extreme northern or northwestern Butler County. Still no new warnings coming into Reynolds County. Again, it wouldn't surprise me because these storms have been showing pretty good signs of rotation as well. This storm, yeah, there's a strong sign of rotation just to the north of Van Buren. This is just across the Carter County line into Shannon County, and that's about to move into Reynolds County. So if you live south, let's take a look at this real quick. If you live south of Ellington, anywhere along Highway 21, get in your safe spot. You don't have a tornado warning right now, but there may be one issued shortly. This is quickly moving off to the east, and there's that possible rotation. Again, this is a long way from the radar site, so anytime I see a strong rotation that far away from the radar site, in the environment that we have tonight, we need to take it very, very seriously, and the possibility that we could see a tornado forming. Again, we don't have an official tornado warning out on that storm just yet, but that storm is crossing into Reynolds County. I expect very large hail to fall with that as well. We could take a look at some indicators to see maybe how large some of the hailstones are.
Earlier, radar was indicating over 2-inch diameter hail with this, and there's a significant hail spike on the back of that storm, right where the updraft is. So there's probably at least golf ball size hail where that rotation is that is about to move into southern Reynolds County as we speak. We still have that rotation moving into Wayne County now. And again, for Piedmont, this storm to your south, but you need to focus on this storm. This storm will likely head towards Piedmont, and it is very tall in the atmosphere. It is showing strong signs of large hail, and it is showing strong, at least mid-level rotation. There's the tornado warning. There's the tornado warning we talked about. So tornado warning now for southern Reynolds County. That rotation is moving into southern Reynolds County. I'll go ahead and remove this because we just talked about it. But again, this is along that Highway 21. We have a new tornado warning that has been issued for extreme southern Reynolds County, and we'll have to monitor this one as well. This one was showing pretty strong rotation just a little bit ago. And this storm this storm is forming ahead of a warm front that's moving north. This storm has moved right on the front. So we're going to have to monitor that as well because it is right on the warm front and it continues to strengthen. Looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to get an idea of where that is. I was thinking it was an extension for the severe thunderstorm in Kentucky. It's headed towards the Eddyville area. Again, Lyon, it looks like it clips parts of northern Lyon County and southern Livingston County and Crittenden County. And are they tagging this with a possible tornado, or is this just hail?
Just wind and hail right now. Hail up to just over an inch. And yeah, it's for Caldwell, Crittenden, Livingston, and Lyon until 7:15.
So just we're watching that very closely as well. And there's the warning right there. But let's get back to where we have, again, I'm not.
Also, Grant, on those that you're watching right there, we haven't had a storm spotter necessarily spotted tornado, but we have had reports of the public saying that they did spot a tornado that was in Carter County. So they were looking at that from the south, likely, to that storm you were talking about.
Okay.
Also, they're going to go, they are sending some folks there to check that out, but they haven't heard of any damage, anything like that yet. Also, a report of a possible wall cloud about 3 miles northwest of Elsinore. So
that would have been with that Carter County storm. Yeah. So that's this storm right here. A possible tornado. Again, it hasn't been confirmed, but what Laura was saying about the wall cloud, that is the lowering of the cloud base. That's where the air comes into the storm. I like to say that's where the air is, or the storm is breathing. The faster the air rises, the lower the clouds get, and where the tornado forms, the air rises very, very fast. So you get that cloud lowering, and it's called a wall cloud. And the public kind of reporting a possible tornado in Carter County. We haven't heard of any damage right now, so that's definitely some fantastic news. I would think that if it was on the ground in Elsinore, we would know of it by now. We would have heard some damage reports. But we are still seeing that rotation right here near State Highway A. It is headed towards the Williamsville area. And, you know, this storm may have gone ahead and turned a little bit to the right. I want to go ahead and put this whole thing into motion, and I'm going to zoom in back to it to kind of see if it's making that right turn. We've got a lot of storms developing now across southeast Missouri. And you can see this storm has definitely turned to the right. Watch, it's turning more to the southeast now. We're watching this storm right here moving northeast. It's moving more east now. And this storm right here is following behind it, but it's probably going to weaken because this storm is so strong with the tornado warning in southern Reynolds County. But as you can see, as Laura and I were saying, they're already beginning to turn to the right, meaning instead of going northeast, they're going east and then east-southeast. And when that happens, that increases the low-level wind shear, and that makes it possible to get this down to the ground. So again, here's our possible tornado moving into Reynolds County right now. Here's our possible tornado moving out of Carter County, moving into southern Wayne County. For you folks in Williamsville, you've got a few minutes. Time to get in your safe spot. Turn the volume up on the TV. We'll keep you safe. We'll let you know when it's passed. Same story for you in Piedmont. You are not in a warning as of right now, but this possible tornado is headed your way. And look at that, just updated. It's even stronger now, even stronger. Very strong rotation moving into southern Reynolds County as we speak. And again, we are seeing this well up in the atmosphere, so there's no telling if it's actually on the ground without reports. But whenever we have the atmosphere set up like we have today, that is conducive to get mid-level rotation in a thunderstorm down to the ground, you're going to get tornado warnings with any type of rotation like that. And we have that rotation right here moving into southern Reynolds County. So we're going to zoom in a little bit more. We're going to talk a little bit about southern Reynolds County, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about southern Wayne County with that other tornado warning. But as you can see, I mentioned earlier, if you live south of Ellington along Highway 21, I said go ahead and get in your safe spot. Here it comes. That possible tornado is moving right into Highway 21 as we speak. We'll kind of put this on right here, and you can see it's changed radars. Doesn't look quite as strong from the St. Louis. I think St. Louis is hitting the storm a little higher than Paducah was, but that's the rotation right there, and it's crossing Highway 21 right now. So any houses or businesses along Highway 21, you need to be seeking shelter in a basement if you have it. If you don't have the basement, again, we say get to that center interior room, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And we'll go back to the southern Wayne County storm, where we have a tornado warning as well, and it's clipping extreme northern Butler County. And we'll see if they redraw this polygon based on the fact that it looks like this may have turned to the right just a tad and is moving more east now than northeast. But you can see State Highway A right near the intersection of 49 and State Highway A. Folks, it is going to be hailing there more than likely, very, very strong. Very, very high winds are possible, very heavy rain. But the tornado threat is right here. This is that possible rotation. It's right near the intersection of Carter County, Wayne County, and Butler County, just to the east of Highway 60. The rotation is now to the east of Elsinore, and that is the strongest part of the storm. We just got an update on that velocity, as you saw, and it still looks rather intense in there. We'll take a couple of looks inside the storm of some other aspects. I'm going to see what the hail profile may look like by looking at this, and it looks like we still have that big hail core right there over State Highway A on the back end of this. That's more than likely where the updraft of the storm is, and that's why the hail aspect would be pretty strong. So we're going to zoom things back out. We're going to take a look at the entire heartland because we're getting new storms developing. This is the severe storm again. So far, it's behaving. The low-level atmosphere is not as favorable for tornadoes here as it is in this general area, but it is increasing the low-level wind flow. There's a little pseudo-warm front, if you will, kind of moving north right here, and we're getting new thunderstorms developing out ahead of it. The winds in Carbondale are out of the east-northeast. They just shifted to the southeast in Cape Girardeau. So it's anywhere along this and to the south is where the tornado threat increases. So we're going to have to monitor these storms closely because they are developing in an environment that is favorable for rotation, and they'll be headed towards the Marble Hill area, and if they hold together, Jackson, Cape Girardeau, Scott City, and possibly Dexter as well. So I'm going to throw things over real quick to Laura. Laura, are you seeing any updates in the chat room? Any more on those on that wall cloud or that Elsinore possible tornado?
Well, we did get another report of from the public saying that they saw a wall cloud too from this cell that's moving into Williamsville right now. So a couple reports of wall cloud. Basically, bottom line, what that means is you need to be in your safe area if you are under these tracks. I do want to track both of these cells for you right now. I know it's been a moment, so if you're just joining us, maybe you just got that alert on your phone and you're tuning in. Of course, also I want to tell you, if you are up ahead of these storms and you lose power, please know that we are streaming this live on our KFVS weather app too, so you can get to it from your desktop, from our website, or from your phone too, from our KFVS weather app. So I want to give you that alert too, because I'm sure a lot of folks have not necessarily lost power, but lost their signal. So let me go ahead and track this. I'm going to track kind of the leading edge, even though that rotation that Grant was tracking was a little bit further back into the storm. I'm going to track the leading edge of where not only you're going to see that heavier rainfall, but also